Plaintiff Michael Galvin is a taxi driver, and he first met the defendant when he was his customer. Michael claims the defendant became a regular and eventually agreed to buy a truck from Michael. However, Michael's suing because after the defendant took the truck, he disappeared before paying off the balance. Defendant Jared Penberg says he's a recovering crystal meth addict, and the night he met Michael, he even offered to pay his cab fare in drugs. Jared claims he's been clean for a year now, and the reason he never paid off the truck was because the truck was a lemon and broke down several times.
Tell me what happened.
I had met the defendant. I was driving a taxi cab and at the time, and I'd given him a ride, and I had given my business card so that he could give me a call whenever he would need a ride later on. He did for a couple months, and so I got to know him pretty well. And he had later told me that he was going to be needing a vehicle, and so I told him, I was like, well, I have a vehicle for sale, I have a truck for sale, and he knew that there was a little bit of work that had to be done on it. And needed to pass smog.
Say that again. Needed a what?
Emissions test.
Emissions test. All right. That was all?
Yes, Your Honor. And after that, Jay decided that yes, he'll take the truck, and so. For
how much?
It was going to be $2,500. Mm-hmm. And he had given me $100 right then and there. And then later on, my wife had told me to make a contract, so. We made a contract, and he had given $200 more, so he gave a total of $300. And he had signed the contract, and then after that, about a week went by, and I was going to go by and try to get another payment from him, and he was nowhere to be found pretty much after that. Everybody said that he just left. They didn't know where he went. I spoke to his father again, and his father was telling me that he had gone to Florida to go live with him.
Basically, Your Honor, I've read your biography. I've heard a little bit about you, and I'd like to start from the beginning. Basically, for my life, I've been addicted to drugs, crystal, mainly.
Are you in recovery?
A little bit, sir.
A little bit? No, ain't no little bit of recovery from crystal meth addiction. You must mean that you're in a program and you have relapsed. Is that what you mean?
Yes, sir.
All right, but you're back on the wagon, if you will.
I've been clean for a year.
All right. Okay, that's what I was asking. Go ahead.
Since then, basically, I've been off drugs. I'm getting ready to join the Army. I've got my high school diploma. Okay. When I met Michael, I got his card. I tried to pay him in drugs, and he wouldn't take it. I had to pay him in money.
What drugs does he use, or did you think he used? Or what did you think he would do with the drugs?
He actually does use drugs. It's not important.
That's a lie, Your Honor.
Okay. Anyway, I try to pay him in drugs.
It is important. If you're saying you tried to pay him in drugs, I need to determine whether the drugs you were offering are worth the amount that you owe.
Not exactly.
Oh, you didn't complete that transaction?
No, he wanted money, so I paid him money. I got his card. The next day I called him. I was going to be late to work. I didn't have a ride. I called him, I said, listen, is there any way maybe we can work out an agreement for you to take me to work for a couple of weeks till I can save up some change? And, so that happened. I paid him a little bit of it, and I had asked him if he had a car or a truck for sale. He said, yeah, I got a truck. And so we went to look at it. I brought my mechanic with me. And
you and the mechanic looked at it?
Yep. Yes,
you
sir.
Purchased it for $2,500, or you agreed to purchase it for $2,500?
Oh, I agreed under the conditions in which he said that the truck runs. The truck doesn't run. The truck backfired, made gunshot noises, so people would look at me on the freeway, slow down, stop their cars. It wouldn't work. It died several times.
How long after purchasing it?
That same day, Your Honor.
Okay.
And also...
And what did you say to the mechanic? Did you say, Mr. Mechanic, you were negligent in determining whether the car was in good shape or not?
He said there was a couple problems.
I know, but you had a mechanic look.
Yeah, okay.
So was the mechanic negligent, or did the mechanic recognize those problems?
The mechanic recognized the problems.
So, and you bought it anyway?
Yeah.
So it was all right then? There was no problem with the...
All right for a mile down the road, Your Honor.
Whenever it was, you knew it had those problems.
Yeah.
Because the mechanic told you. Whether it stopped 10 feet down or 1 mile down, you knew the problem. If you had a competent mechanic, he would have said, okay, with these problems, you might not make it but a mile. If he didn't tell you that, he was negligent. Sue him. Now, what agreement do you have? When did you pay the $300?
I think it was around a couple months after I met him. I'm not good with dates.
Why would you pay him?
Because I had to. It was more like a down payment. I didn't pay him when I had the truck. I knew him, like, I don't know, I don't remember exactly when I paid him.
It was before you drove it?
I don't even remember.
Okay, see, and I can't rely on your memory.
Yeah.
You had a mechanic there to check your car out. Indeed, you have admitted that you knew there were some things wrong with it.
But when a man gives you their word and says the car runs and the car runs okay and you'll be able to drive it, you know, I'm like, I grew up on the streets, so I know, you know, that car should have worked. You know what I mean?
Now, I don't know what you mean. Because if you bring a mechanic to check out something, that's all right. You used to use dope, right?
Yeah.
All right, somebody bring you some crystal meth. Perhaps you're selling it or whatever, and he says, there may be a little something wrong with this crystal meth.
You're absolutely right.
Wouldn't you say, well, let me get a hit before I give you this 500?
Well, usually,
And then once you take a hit and you say, oh, this don't get me high,
they don't
you
get that
say, I'm
option.
not giving you my 500 before you buy it.
Usually
you
that-
don't test it, and then when he leaves, after you've determined he was there, you tested it, didn't get you high. You give him your $500. Then when he leaves, you say, I should get my $500 back. Even though I knew it didn't get me high, I bought it. You understand that?
Yeah.
All right. And it says, as is. Your answers are too sketchy, sir. This reflects a record of a $2,200 balance. You don't remember this. You don't remember that. It must be this. It must have been that. Do you want your mechanic to try and save you?
Well, might as well try, Your Honor.
Come on up, sir.
How'd he pay him?
You said, how did he pay him, Joe? State your name.
John Titus.
What do you want to tell me?
The honest truth is, when we picked the truck up, I had told Jarrett that it needed a lot of work, more work than I wanted to put into it, and he really needed a vehicle bad, so he was willing to buy the truck.
So you advised him. You told him, don't buy that car because it needs too much work.
Yes.
And he did it anyway.
Yes, he did.
Sir, you had been warned. You had been advised by an expert. Sir, your witness want to speak?
Yes.
State your name.
Rocio Samra.
What do you want to tell me?
Well, I was there when my husband came home with Jay and his mechanic, and they went to go look at the truck. They opened it
You
up.
think she might want to stop while you're ahead? Sir? Or do you
Your Honor,
want
Your
to
Honor,
keep
That
talking?
she was just there
Honor?
when he was there, just looking at the vehicle.
Yes.
I tried to give the truck back. I'd also like to add, and he wouldn't take it back.
I wouldn't have either. Sir, once again, you were advised by an expert not to buy the truck. It was sold as is. You signed a contract to pay for it on a monthly basis, so I must grant his judgment. You have no legal defense to not paying him his money. The only way you can win an as-is claim, and it's very, very difficult, is to prove that someone knowingly defrauded you out of your money. So he would have had to say to you, oh no, there's nothing wrong with this car. Instead, not only did he tell you something was wrong with it,
said there was
your
only-
own expert told you. You did not leave the lot with a lack of knowledge of what was wrong with it. $2,200 for the plaintiff.